Most people feel like getting to $100,000 a year is a milestone. For a long time, that was the case too. If you could hit that, then you were successful, comfortable, and doing well financially. It's still significant, but here's the key mistake people make. Income is not the same as wealth. Income is money that comes in. Wealth is money that stays. A $100,000 salary can absolutely improve your lifestyle, but it just by itself doesn't automatically create financial independence or guarantee long-term security. Crazy enough, in fact, many people earning six figures are still financially fragile, all due to lifestyle upgrades. A bigger house, a new car, vacations, all can use up that extra income. You might feel like you're comfortable if you have enough coming in to offset the payments, but any unexpected expense can change things quick. In this video, I want to break down the math and behavior behind why a $100,000 salary often fails to translate into real wealth, and what actually matters more towards building wealth. As a quick reminder, this is for educational purposes and not financial advice. Let's start with reality. A $100,000 salary is not a whole $100,000 in your pocket. After federal taxes, state taxes, Social Security, etc., most people take home somewhere around $65,000 to $75,000, depending on where they live. So let's call it $70,000. That breaks down to $5,800 per month. This is where the illusion begins to crack. Because when people think six figures, they picture abundance. But what they actually manage to have is a mid-five-figure lifestyle. That's also before expenses even enter the picture. With retirement savings, health insurance, etc., the real take-home pay can shrink even further. So the total salary is important, but what survives after taxes and spending is wealth. That's why budgeting and tracking are essential. Here's where most six-figure earners get trapped. As income rises, fixed costs often rise with it. A nicer home, a newer car, higher insurance due to those newer expensive things, more subscriptions, more normal expenses to maintain more things. It's easy to see how $5,800 a month can shrink down quick to a few $100s of breathing room. And fixed costs are the most dangerous because they're harder to reverse. Once you lock in a mortgage, car payment, or long-term obligation, flexibility starts to disappear. Wealth grows from margin, and margin is what's left after everything else. If your lifestyle absorbs all your income, the salary becomes irrelevant. If it's $100,000 a year or even $500,000 a year. Every small lifestyle upgrade, a slightly bigger apartment, extra car payment, subscriptions, it slowly erodes the room you have to save. Even small increases in fixed expenses compound over time, and that's the hidden trap most people never see. This is where math becomes unavoidable. A person earning $100,000 who saves 5% invests about $5,000 per year. Someone saving 25% invests $25,000 per year. And that difference doesn't just add up over time, it compounds. Over 20 to 30 years, the high saver ends up with dramatically more wealth, even if returns are identical. Most people put their focus on earning more, while very few focus on keeping more. But savings rate matters more than income level for wealth building, especially early on. A high income with a low savings rate is expensive comfort. Even if your salary doubles, if you keep a 5% saving rate, it barely changes your long-term wealth. On the other hand, small increases in the savings rate at any income level have an outsized positive impact. Compounding returns favor discipline over income size. The earlier and more consistent you start, the bigger the advantage. Even with a strong savings rate, though, wealth takes time to build. Let's say someone invests $20,000 per year consistently at reasonable market returns. With that, it still takes decades to reach seven figures. Compounding works slowly at first, then it accelerates later on, but only if you stay invested and consistent. A $100,000 salary doesn't override this reality. It only gives you a chance to participate. Without time, nothing compounds. And without consistency, the benefits of time relating to compounding don't matter. This is why patience is a hidden superpower in wealth building. Even a modest salary applied consistently over decades can produce life-changing results. Time can't be rushed, but it rewards disciplined action. Every year counts, and skipping contributions, even briefly, can have big impacts to reduce long-term outcomes. Here's another problem with relying on income. Income can disappear. Layoffs happen, burnout happens, health issues happen, industries change, as we're seeing now. If your lifestyle depends entirely on your paycheck, you're more exposed to all the random unknowns. More people earning $100,000 have very little buffer, sometimes only a few months of savings. That's not security, unfortunately. That's still a lot of dependency. Wealth is what protects you when income stops. Assets don't get sick and investments don't quit. In fact, a high salary without building assets is riskier than people realize, as oftentimes fixed costs are higher for people with higher incomes. Even dual income households can face sudden shocks. Relying on salary alone forces you to trade time for money continuously. Building wealth over time through investable assets creates freedom, which over time gives you options that allow flexibility in how you live and work, even when life changes unexpectedly. A lot of six-figure earners build net worth mainly through home equity. That's not bad, but it's limited. Home equity isn't liquid, and even if you sold, you'd have to live somewhere. You can't easily fund retirement with it. It often requires debt to be able to access as well. So many people feel wealthy on paper, but still feel stuck month to month. This is why some people can be a net worth millionaire, but still not feel financially free. Wealth that actually creates freedom is flexible and produces options. So not all net worth is equal. Real wealth is flexible, diversified, and allows you to act without friction. So here's the real takeaway. $100,000 salary doesn't make you wealthy. Ultimately, your decisions do. That salary can either inflate your lifestyle, reducing margin that you've got every month, or saved and put into investments. The formula for most people that become wealthy is boring, but it works. Spend less than you earn, save and invest the difference, stay consistent for decades, and avoid locking yourself into expensive fixed costs. The goal isn't six figures, the goal is ownership, flexibility, and time. Even small tweaks like automatic contributions to a retirement or investing account and limiting lifestyle creep can create exponential benefits over decades. Higher income opens the door, giving you some margin and options. Behavior determines whether you walk through it. Please like and subscribe for more content like this, and we'll see you on the next one.